But I looked. But I looked. And I looked hard. What I did, or, quote, failed to do in like an hour, you succeeded to do in like 1 minute. Alright, what the heck am I talking about? Today we're talking about low vision topic. I'm going to be ranting about when you look for things hard, diligently, for yourself, to help others in your family, to help friends, or to help a random stranger. That one's rare. Because if the first three fail, you're not gonna want to do the last one. Yes, I'm be bugging, my iPad be shaking, and we are about to get into this. So I have some short story examples for you on this topic, where I have looked for things either for myself, for friends, for family, or for strangers, and it just doesn't work. And in every single one of these short story examples, someone with either more vision than me or perfect vision comes swooping in and finds what I was looking for in 1 second, 1 minute, or 2 minutes max. And most of these stories, I'm looking for either an hour or like hours. So I know for you sighted people with 20/20 vision, there are rare occurrences where this does happen, where you're looking, it's under your nose, or you're hangry, or you have anxiety, or you're just upset, probably crying, so there's droplets in your eyes, or you're just so angry you're not thinking straight. In these examples, this is not a cognitive issue, this is a visual issue, and it's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Because it's embarrassing for 2020s when it's a cognitive issue, or when they're just upset, or just not looking properly that day just because, just a rare goof. Vision impaired people, it is more often, it is an often occurrence, and it just strikes us in the heart and the self-esteem when they swoop in. Will we eventually go get help? Yes. But if they swoop in without telling us they're going to help, and they're like, here you go, found it. It's like, that's why when us visually impaired people drop a coin, drop a pen, or drop a pencil, or something smaller, you come up to us and say, hey, can I help you find that? Because that diffuses the self-esteem humiliation of when you just pick it up, hold it in front of our face, say, here you go. It's like, I'm still down here on the ground, about to grab the pencil, and you're already up here with the pencil. It's like, let the ground swallow me up. Okay, let's get into the story. From least crazy and embarrassing to most. Alright. I'm looking for something for me. Let's see. I'm looking for a specific pen that rolled away from the other pens. I'm doing art. I'm coloring my scripture coloring book. Don't worry, it's large print. It's fully contrast with black lines versus the white space, so it's totally easy to color. I'm using fine tip pens that make a dark enough hue to see that they're actually successfully coloring. Unlike highlighters and light markers. Now I'm gonna have to put a card for the contrast video in this video. So yay! Now I have a card opportunity. So I'm looking, and my parents are like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, one of my pens rolled away from the others. And my mom would say, you need help. Mommy's not here. Daddy's on his iPad in the living room while I'm, feeling around for it. And all of a sudden, he's just sick and tired of me, feeling around. Because maybe I just need to, roll up my sleeves, swallow my pride, and ask for help. But it's a pen. The rest of my pens are, right here to my left in this scenario. And it probably rolled off to the right or further to the left. It shouldn't be that hard to find a pen that rolled away. Given if I'm on a couch, it didn't roll flippin' far. And Dad comes over as I'm feeling for it. I'm about to give up and just grab another color. And he's like, here it is. I'm like, 4-1. I think I was about to feel in that area. Because I think it's a brown pen. The same color as the couch. Yes, it's a brown pen. Because I'm coloring a tree. Excuse me for not putting it right back in the package. And it rolled away. I'm coloring a tree. We got the brown couch, brown pen. He's like, here. It's like, I was about to feel back left instead of side left. 4-1. 4-2. You can't just let me struggle. I didn't ask for help yet. I was about to give up and wrestle in my mind. Oh, should I ask Dad? I might look like a ding-dong. Oh, I'm going to ask Dad. I'm going to look in one more place, then I'm going to ask Dad. This is what's going on in my head. While he has it in front of me going, here you go. It's even weirder when it's someone you don't know and they're like, here. It's like, you probably either think I'm having a bad day or retarded because I have glasses on. My cane is nowhere in sight. So you might not know I'm vision impaired. And now I'm just going to agonize as you walk away. Whether or not you're going, weirdo, she couldn't find the pen. They probably don't care after 2 minutes of going, that person was weird. But we think that this person's going to think about us for the rest of the day. Especially as HSP, highly sensitive, visually impaired people. Alright, scenario 2. I'm trying to help a friend find something. I'm at church, doing my ministry stuff. I do the child care. Gonna be starting at the gift store with my mom. Sometimes I do things that might be a little bit more visual with another parent. Usually tag along. But when it comes to child care and just organizing clothes at the thrift store or simple or ministerial tasks, fancy talk for ministry, I can just do it on my own. So someone in the church, friend, I consider church people friends, needs a dry erase marker. That's hard to find in a church with classrooms for childcare. Yes, it is, because we're hiding them from the stinking kids that are too young to use them and are either going to dry erase color on everything or, stick it up their nose or in their mouth, because the fumes on the expo markers are amazing. They smell so cool. And the kid's going to want to try to get it as close to the nose as possible. Draw on everything or, see what it tastes like. Because when you're a little boy or girl and you're gross about wanting to see a thing smell and taste the same, does this taste the same way it smells? No, it's a chemical, dude. That's why we don't eat our chapstick or lip balm. Yeah, the markers are usually hidden. Either in desk drawers, boxes on the top shelf, or just up higher on the whiteboard. But, churches and schools, towards the end of the school year or the end of a cycle of kids ministry that goes along with school year, you either running low on markers, there are a bunch of dead ones, or there's just one marker left in the entire building. This scenario, let's just assume there's one marker left in the entire building. And I'm like, I'll try finding it, thinking it's a big church, there must be plenty of markers, forgetting the whole my previous knowledge of, oh yeah, it's the end of the school year. Either the markers are dead or we're out of them. Because I used to do more volunteer tasks at smaller churches. So I'm putting the smaller church stuff aside and the stuff I just explained about the end of the school year in the smaller church pile, because that's more of a small church thing. Not thinking, oh, there's probably one frickin' marker in the entire building. And when I realize there's one marker in the entire building, I either have to search everywhere like a panicked freak, ask random people, or some people that I know in the ministry already, or, pretend I didn't volunteer to help find this marker. Or vanish, and then when they catch me again, go, oh yeah, couldn't find it. In this case, I run around feeling for it like a maniac, because I'm visually impaired. Like, I want to be normal and find a marker by myself without help. Just this once, because I like this person. I don't want this person to think I'm a complete freak. They may or may not already know I'm visually impaired, but I still want to do a good job because I'm not blind. I'm closer to low vision than most visually impaired or severely visually impaired people are to low vision. So I'm like, I have visual capabilities and I want to be able to use them to the best of my ability, because not a lot of people in my community can't. So I'm feeling like a maniac, and I eventually give up. And I go to the person to tell them I didn't find it. And as I walk in to one of the classrooms, there's someone handing them a marker. And I'm like, no, I didn't know someone else was helping. That's so humiliating. Here I am freaking out, bouncing around the whole church like a maniac with this one black expo marker, and someone found it before me without telling me. Like, and the paranoid version of me is like, this person found it, saw me looking for stuff. They either knew I was looking for a marker or thought I was looking for someone else. And they didn't stop and say, hey, I found the marker, if that's what you're looking for. They just walked away downstairs to the classroom and handed it to the person I was helping. This just irks me. And it's not usually the other person's fault unless they're like sadistic non-Christian in Christian clothing and they know you're looking for the same thing and they just leave you hanging. Just, they rolled their dice, they caught their mouse, and now they're letting the mouse run around like a maniac. But in this case, it's probably just a person that didn't know that they just totally made me look like a ding-dong. Now, the other person that I was helping probably just like, oh, they happened to find the marker first, so you don't need to help anymore. But if they're like looking at the clock before, and then when the marker arrives, and then when I arrive, like an anal retentive minister, they're like, really? It took you that long to try to find a marker? Well, if it's the only mark in the dang church, I don't know. I started looking in the non-obvious places because, kids and teachers, sometimes they don't clean up as much because they just want to go home after church, or they just throw the marker anywhere. So I started where we don't think the marker is. Alright, helping a family member. Well, you're also going to tell us about helping a stranger. No, helping a stranger is the weirdest. I'm sorry. There is some shame to helping a family member, because I have a recent story. Some of these may or may not be just like a version of something I did, and I'm just like, okay, I thought of a marker. Let's do marker. Okay, my mom was looking for her phone last night when we got back from a 4th of July party. And she looked all over the house. She looked over the living room, kitchen, bathroom, office room, Even my dad's room, her room, they sleep separately because Dad rubs his feet like a cricket and she snores. So sometimes married couples eventually like, nah, we have old people problems, so we're gonna split. But I'm sure they have times where they spend time together, have a little slumber party. That's all I'm gonna say. So she's looking for her phone, and she decides to go outside, look in the vehicle that we came back in, and like around it. I'm calling her phone inside. I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, God dang it, the ding dong. Lady, you turn your ringer off. Because she's a therapist. She doesn't want to keep hearing ding texts and calls from her clients on the weekend when they should not be texting or calling her. And that's just her thing about turning off the ringer. Because people are texting her a lot. So it's like annoying. And I'm like, dang it. She comes in. She's back in her room. So I decided to go out to the truck. First time I went out, it's locked. Oh my God, dang it. Since I'm visually impaired, I don't drive. I don't have a copy of the keys, of the key fobs, so I'm going to go and get Dad's keys. Good thing I left the door unlocked. Good. Thought you were going to tell us the door's locked. No, because that's not the point of the story. So I unlock the truck, I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, I don't see it. Then I look on the ground, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to use my phone light. I use my phone light. I'm looking around where Mom came out of the truck, on the ground, in the truck, under the seats. Because, when you drop a phone, it could go freaking anywhere. It could slide. It could drop and slide. It could bounce. Because things don't just fall and stay on the ground, like, directly below where they started falling. Because aerodynamics, physics, and friction, So I give up. And my mom and dad go out because Dad is aggravated at this point that we can't find this stinking phone. And we know for a fact we didn't leave it at the 4th of July party when we got in the vehicle to come home. And they're gone. They're gone about 2 minutes. They come back. She's like, I found the phone outside the truck near my door. And I'm like, I was out there with my phone light. I don't have the bad night vision I had the first 19 years of my life yet, because my vision's kind of, I think it's regressing back to where it was before and just staying stable until I'm like 80. I don't know. That's my theory. So I have enough night vision where a phone light will produce enough of a glow to hit the ground so I can see the ground. And Dad's like, oh, it's okay. It was faced up the black side, since she's a black screen side facing up. I'm like, but the phone light would reflect off how Mom's did. Mine didn't. We didn't find it at first. Like, stop. You found it in 2 minutes. I was out there for 10 minutes. No. And Dad's like, if she didn't lose in the first place, you wouldn't be upset that you couldn't find it. It's not that I couldn't find the specific phone with the specific black screen in this specific scenario. It's because I can't find things you guys find in like 2 freaking seconds, and I want to be a helpful human being if I live in your house. Hello. It's also a self-esteem issue and like a semi-self-worth issue, but it's mostly because I want to help. Finally, number 4. What could be worse than that? Because your parents are justifying the situation to make you feel better. No, they're trying to make themselves feel better. Shut up. Mom and Dad, shut up. It's not about the phone. It's about the fact that I hear that someone lost something and I can't find it for them. This one's the weirdest one. Can you find I just dropped something? Can you find it's under your feet, behind your feet, in front of your feet, right near you? A person sitting in a Bible study, let's do Bible study since we're on the track of church, and you can obviously tell I'm a Christian in a Christian family. Faith Journeys with RP 65. Woo woo. Someone drops a pen, one of those thin, dark, black pens, on a dark gray rug, or to get the contrast issues. And they ask, oh, can you help me find this? Can you pick that up? It's kind of far from me. It's right in front of your feet, right near the corner of your chair, or, behind you. It's around your body. Or they say it's right there in front of you. We don't know what there means. I don't want to tell you why I don't know what there means. I don't really want to tell this random person in my Bible study, because I'm new to this Bible study. I'm visually impaired, because telling people about it just, ugh. Some people don't get it, and you don't want to be around the people that don't get it, because it's gross. And you go to grab it either where they described or where they vaguely described. And they're like, no, it's over there. No, it's more to the right. No, it's more to the left. And they're like, oh, yeah, I got it. And then they grab it. You wanted to be helpful. You figured their instructions were clear enough. You figured it must be like right in front of me, so I'll just grab it. You want to finally be a normal human being that just grabs something on the ground for them and help someone. So, like, when you drop something, you can do the same thing. But no, they end up getting up what they didn't want to do and grabbing it. Which maybe in society, we Americans need to get off our lazy tookuses and get things that we drop by ourselves. Unless you're visually impaired. Because here is a visually impaired scenario that I literally just thought of that can be a tangent to the whole get off our tookuses. Busy hallway. Waiting to get into a concert. Got a water bottle. Open it. Water bottle cap slips from your fingers and probably rolls far, far away. What does the visually impaired person that does not want to be absolutely humiliated and ask for a water bottle cap to a cheap Crystal Geyser water bottle do? Did you say down the whole water bottle in one guzzle? Because if you did, you were the same as me. I am not going hunting in this busy freaking hallway for a cheap translucent water bottle cap to a water bottle I am probably never going to use again. And I don't want to be that weirdo that walks into this concert with the open water bottle that I didn't drink all of and I didn't cover with a cap, because that's creepy. It's like, ew, where's your cap? I couldn't find it because I'm dumb. Nah, I'm drinking the whole thing. My mom heard about that. She hated that I drank my own water bottle. I'm like, meh, I'm hydrated. I'm not going to be thirsty later. I was singing the concert, so your girl was thirsty later. But back to the stranger. Yeah, maybe people with good vision should stand up, get their own stuff, instead of asking someone to grab it for them. But then us visually impaired people would be even more singled out because we can't get up and find something for ourselves. So if they're asking for us to find something, we're asking them to find something, at least we're all asking each other to find stuff. I don't know, that just went on a weird tangent. But I'm going to do the scripture that I found in my box for you. Here it is. Found it. It's right here in front of you. Found it. If anyone acknowledges that Jesus is the Son of God, God lives in them and they're in God. And so we know to rely on the love of God that God has for us. 1 John 4:15-16. What the heckily-doo-doo does that have to do with this 25-minute exposition on when people find things faster than we do, and what we failed to do in an hour, they did in like 1 minute? I'm running out of scripture cards. I just figured when we're upset and we're angry and we're processing our humiliating search fail stories, I'm going to call them search fails, we can go back to the Bible read about the amazing life of Jesus and that he is the Son of God. And God is the most powerful in the universe because he's the creator of the universe. And if we believe in that, we are part of God and God is part of us. And his love is something that we can rely on for our lives, knowing that we will be in eternity and we will no longer have to say that we fail to find something in an hour that some rando finds in 1 minute, because everyone will be able to find pens and other things in heaven at the same speed as everyone forever. Plus, I don't think we'll drop things in heaven. I'm not sure if we'll be clumsy. So, if things drop in heaven, it's just because they just roll off the table. And we'll be able to go 5-second rule, baby. So if you like this video and you think it could help someone and they have said the words or the thoughts in this video to you, share it, because they'll be encouraged to know that someone else has these problems and that we can relate together, hear encouraging words and scripture. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, because when you give it a thumbs up, YouTube will push it out to more visually impaired and Christian people and people who are related to visually impaired people. Same thing, if you subscribe, you can get more videos and you can get access to the whole channel, and YouTube will push the channel to visually impaired people, people who know the visually impaired, or just Christian people who happen to watch videos about people in the Christian community with disabilities. And finally, if your YouTube and other social medias are not exploding from crazy notifications, ring the notification bell. You can either customize it or set it to all videos so you can get the latest, greatest videos as soon as they get uploaded. Anyway, that's all for now. 27 minutes. Alright, hopefully this was relatable and good for you. Goodbye.